Hi everyone, Tasha here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Yes, I'm back again today. Happy Saturday again. I am in total bum form here. This is just, it's actually very chilly, very cold here. And I have my sweet baby Harley girl. And I wanted to come back on again. Sorry about that. Let me move you in a little bit closer here. Because I am over the moon. I am just absolutely over the moon right now. This baby is just taking my breath away. She's just so precious. And I have that feeling like when the Twinkies came home, which, I was new to YouTube. I didn't, I put up their box opening, but, I didn't share all these moments that I feel like I really want to share today. It's like vlogging to me. Oh, I see my hair. I feel like I just brought a new baby home. It's just that magical feeling. And I know I always describe the magic of Myra's little bugs, Kimberly's babies, but it's true. It's just this magical journey, and I am just so in awe of this sweet little baby. To those of you that didn't see the box opening or details video, there's the details video is the previous one, and then the box opening is the one before that, and that all took place this morning. I'm back on again today, but I'm gonna hold this sweet little girl up, and this is Tink, and she's a Myra's little bugs baby. She looks so precious with this little pacifier, and I got her hair kind of like in little, messy form, which I just think she looks so adorable. And the little pacifier, how, like, because she's so tiny, it just looks so sweet on her little face. And I put her in her little preemie sleep gown. Myra sent this. It's just I think it's a Carter's. It's a preemie size. It's in a heather pink, and it has a little bunny rabbit on the front. It's just very soft and new baby looking. And just look at this face. Can you guys see this sweet face? I mean, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I guess on my lip here. Sorry, guys. I'm like, but yeah, I'm just, look at her tiny little head in my hands. I mean, it's just the sweetest little thing. I'm just like, she's looking up at me like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so in love with this little sweetie. And let me show you her little feet again. I put little socks on her. I bought a package of preemie diapers, but I don't think she's gonna need it. The diaper she has on is a Huggies newborn. Here's her little feet. Her little legs are crossed. The diaper she has on here, I'll show it to y'all. It's a Huggies newborn, and it seems to fit her well. And I know I have a package of Pampers newborn. I sent a few home with little Peanut, because he's a newborn size. But I still have, like half a package left. So yeah, this is a Huggies newborn diaper, and it's not overpowering her. It feels like it fits. It looks like it fits pretty good here. So I'm thinking, why open the preemie diapers? I'm just gonna fix this actually, because I had put her belly plate on. So I just want to adjust this. It's not straight. What was I saying? Yeah, so I figure why open, you know, I can return the package of the preemie diapers to Walmart. You know, why open them if I don't need to. I'm gonna check the Pampers and make sure that they run the same as the Huggies and that they do fit okay. But I'm thinking they will. So, you know, she is really tiny, but she's bigger than you think. You know, she's not, you know, as tiny as you would think. She is preemie, but like even this, it fits, you know, it fits uniform around her. She's not like I said, I remember Gabriel when he was born, you know, he was smaller than this and he was swimming in preemie clothes. He was absolutely swimming in them. I'm going to, yeah, baby girl, let's give you your binky so you don't get upset. Yeah. She's so precious. I'm here. I've been sitting on my bed. I mean, like, of course, I've been out. You know, Gabe's actually, I just made him some tuna for lunch. He's having some lunch, but I have the boppy here. The bed's a mess because I still have all of her you know, stuff out from the box opening. And I'm just taking it all in, you know. It feels so good. I'm gonna snatch, I can reach Berlin. I can reach Ben too, but Berlin's closer in the basket. Let me give you all a look at Berlin next to, and Berlin is the twin A. So you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a comparison. Hang on. Okay, so this is the, you know, in size comparison. Here is Berlin, and she is the twin A by Bonnie Brown, and Harley, which is Tink by Bonnie Brown. And you see what I'm saying? Like, there's not a huge size difference. Here's Tink's feet and these babies. I mean, there is a difference, and Tink is smaller, you know. Let's see if that's better. I'm sure it would be better to, I'll do a whole size comparison with Ben and Berlin and Harley, and I'll put them in their onesies so you can all, you know, see as far as that. But let's see what I can do here with, I wasn't prepared to do that, the size comparison. I just said, let me give you feet. Take one of Berlin's socks off. So here we have the twin A foot, and we have the Tink foot. You can see the similar, you know, similarities in the sculpting, because of course they both are Bonnie Brown babies. But let me get Tink's leg. That's Tink's leg. That is twin A's leg. So I'm trying to get you. There we go. It's a good size comparison there. So again, yep, Tink is quite a bit smaller, but you know, she's not that much smaller. Kimberly has a great video up. Kimberly's Cocoon. In fact, I'm going to look up that video, and I'm going to link it here. She compares the kits. She had the heads of the kits out of a Levi. They were all Bonnie Brown sculpts of a Levi, of a Tink, of a Mama's Little Monkey, and I think she might have had a twin A or twin B head out as well. The Mama's Little Monkey is smaller. It's a sleeping baby, and it's the smallest. And then Tink, and then twin A and B, and then Levi, of course. But that was a cute comparison. And whatchamacallit, also on her Instagram page, she took a lovely picture of all the, of the kit heads sitting there. Just a nice, really nice comparison. But there's my new little sweetie. I hope you all are getting a good view of her, and she's there with Berlin. All right, I'm going to put you all back up on the tripod. So yeah, in another video, I will get the babies down to their onesies and put them next to each other. And maybe I'll even put like the Saskia up there too. So, I mean, obviously the Saskia is, very big compared to either of these sculpts. And I mean, Berlin is quite a bit heavier, quite a bit longer. Tink is definitely a tiny baby. Myra weighted her just really beautifully, that's for sure. She's I don't know if her paperwork, I have to look and see if her paperwork says, I don't know if Myra weighed her or not, but she's a good, I would say 4.5 pounds. She's a decent, she's got weight to her. She's not, she doesn't feel like a feather when you pick her up. She's definitely got weight, which she should be. I mean, it's for this size baby. She's weighted perfectly. She's weighted absolutely perfectly. But she's just got that newness and just that new baby. And like I said, I am just absolutely sitting here today on this beautiful Saturday, absolutely in awe of this baby girl. And I think she has one kick-ass personality, and which is why I have decided on Harley for her name. I thought that the name Harley suited this baby very well. I feel like she's just got, for such a tiny baby, she's got such a huge personality. Huge. So I feel like, that's a name that I've always loved. And as I was saying in her details video, I haven't had the chance to, the right baby for this name, and I love it. And the baby coming from Russia, it's gonna be exciting. Well, I mean, you'll see when the baby comes, but the name kind of goes together in a certain way, and the babies kind of go together in a certain way. It'll be interesting. I'm really looking forward. Lots of fun stuff coming up here at Pixie Mommy's Reborns. And I don't know if you all can tell, but I am just so over the moon right now. Just so thrilled with this sweet little girl. I know I keep holding her up. I want to show her off. She's just, look at that face. I know her hair is a mess, but I like it a little messy. It's realistic, and she's just, she is so sweet. This little bug has extra magic in her. I'm going to tell you that right now. Mommy needs a little bit of coffee. She's got this little button nose. Her nose is just so precious. Get some coffee. Definitely coffee day, because I was up really early. I'm like guzzling my coffee. For a Saturday anyway. Gabe was up, oh my goodness, it was like, I don't know, 6:30, 6:45, which to me it's early on a weekend. And I got up, I saw he had his cartoons on, he had some cereal out, and shortly thereafter I noticed her scan in at the post office. that she was there. So I called them. Now lately, there's one lady, I think she's not the postmaster, but she's like the one under it. She's a little crabby. And, you know, unless you pay for 1 day post office to post office, where they then will hold at the post office, it's to them an inconvenience if you ask them to look and hold for a package, because they got a lot coming in and going out onto the mail trucks, and then they gotta, you know, look and whatever. You know, but I saw it, and the guy that I got on this morning, he was a young fella, and he was so nice. He took the tracking number, and he said, yeah, I'll look out for it. I'll ask the mail carrier. So I was able to, you know, they called me when her package came up, and I was able to run up to the post office and pick her up, as opposed to her going out for delivery on the local mail truck, and then me having to wait until our mail does not get delivered here until around 3:30. That's late. And to first start a box opening, and then upload my videos, and then do a details video, it would have been well into dinner time with the kids, my husband coming home. I wouldn't have had the time to look and enjoy the way that I'm doing now. So I really was thrilled that I was able to pick her up, you know, early this morning from the post office. But with that said, I was up and going, you know, from early this morning, and my weekends is kind of, I don't sleep like a normal person, and my weekends, mornings is like my catch up sleeping time, where I'll sleep until 10, you know, something like that. I know I'm a little crooked here. I hope that's not bothering you guys too much. I actually broke off the handle of my sorry guys, of my camera, of my tripod, which I need to Gorilla Glue it, and so it's like I have to hold the whole thing, which I'm trying to do now, to adjust it, and it just doesn't adjust as easy. But anyway, so I had a little bit of a funny story I'm going to share with you all. Well, we're admiring my beautiful little Harley girl here. So my two daughters, my oldest daughter is, you know, moved out. She's 23, but my two daughters that are still at home, my 17-year-old and my 15-year-old, they've been in counseling, therapy, whatever you want to call it, for many years, you know, from, you know, all the stuff in the past and all of that, which I still haven't gotten on really and told my whole recovery story and all that, which I will. But anyways, you know, just like many teens, you know, and families do, they go to counseling, and we do family sessions, which is usually consists of me and the girls. So we had one last week. I went in with the girls, and, you know, of course they bring up, because now that Noelle is driving, the last few months or month or two, she's been driving her and Destiny to the appointments in the afternoons after school, because she can. So this one I drove in and went. So, you know, we have the regular teenage angst stuff, and in particular, and those of you that have been following me for a while have heard, you know, a few stories, and Noelle is, even though she's 17, she's hit more of that, like, 14, 15-year-old sort of thing. She's extremely mature and responsible in many, many ways, but she's, you know, they all get to that age where the teenage girls, they hit that, like, ugh. Anyway, she's there, and, you know, she's at that very ungrateful, kind of selfish stage, and, you know, I mean, you know, her personality, she's got an edge on her too, you know. Destiny is very sweet and a little different. They're all different. That's okay. But so in the therapy session, this does relate to reborns. You know, Noelle, and of course, neither of the girls wanted to say anything, and the counselor's sitting there like, well, Mom's here, now's your time, you know, whatever you've been complaining about the last month or so, time to bring it up. Mom's sitting right here. So of course nobody wanted to, you know, really say anything, whatever, because I'm sure they go in there and they vent on things that maybe, I'm sure some things do have merit. You know, no people or family or parents are perfect, but I'm sure a lot of it doesn't, you know. But, so Noelle decides to put on the attack with the reborns and says, well, you know, these dolls are, you know, or that you're playing, these dolls that you're playing with all the time. It's a big concern, she says. This is nothing Noelle hasn't said to my face. But, so now the counselor's looking at me like, dolls? What the heck is she talking about? And I said, well, yeah, you know, I collect, you know, reborn dolls. And she's, you know, what's a reborn doll? You know, so she had no idea what a reborn doll was. Which I tried to explain the best I can, and that it's a hobby and that they are a work of art and things of that nature. But of course, Noelle just snowballs it all out. Well, you know, it's not normal that you're, you know, first off, she of course over exaggerates that you're sitting there for hours brushing their hair, dressing them, buying clothes for them, and car seats and bottles, and she's just totally throwing me under the bus. So now the counselor's looking at me like, you know, almost looking for me to say, well, that's not true. And I said, well, okay, you know, it is part of the hobby. And I said, you know, and I'm YouTubing and I'm enjoying it, and it's like a vlog to me. And I said, you know, it's a hobby just like any other hobby. Just like, you know, people collect stamps. Men go collect the muscle cars and go to car shows and do, you know, people do all kinds of hobbies. And I said, you know, it's a lovely community of mostly ladies, but, you know, lovely community of ladies. And she was like concerned in that way. She's like, well, do you see these people, you know, in real life? You know, are these, or is it just virtual friends, was her exact words. And I said, well, I haven't, you know, had the opportunity to personally meet anyone yet. No. I said, you know, we are planning a meetup in the spring. There are, you know, doll shows that people go to. The next one's in Utah. I'm not going to make it all the way out there. I said, but, you know, but trust me, you know, I have made some really lovely friendships, and there are real people on the other end. It's not just, you know, I don't think she was really understanding that. And, you know, I mean, all in all, in the end, and what I shared with her and how I explained things, I think she understood a little bit more. But it's like, it's bothersome in a way to me that the hobby just seems so socially unacceptable. It really does. You know, when you put things into perspective, when your kid brings that up at counseling, and of course my daughter brought it up because she's angry about other things and doesn't want to necessarily face other things. So any way to attack mom, it was the way to go, which I know this, I understand this. And she has legitimately said, Mom, I'm concerned you might have fallen off your rocker with all the you know, babies and stuff. And I truly understand that my daughter or daughters do not truly understand and grasp what the hobby means to me, what the friendships here mean to me, and that it is definitely, especially, and I've talked about this before, in this time in my life, and there is a season for everything. At this time in my life, it has definitely brought some, you know, much needed me time, a distraction, you know, from business and other things in life, where I have this happy place that I come, and it's something that I find great joy in. And I'm certainly, it's not hurting, anyone, that's for sure. But it just, I am not one, in case you haven't all noticed, I'm not really one to, I'm getting warm here. I'm not really one to worry about what other people think. Like, I'm the person that can give a rat's what people think. Really. However, I do care what my children think, what my family thinks. Not specifically about this hobby. That's not, because your family is not always going to agree. Your children are not always going to agree with everything you like, everything you do, whatever. So it's not that. I'm not sure exactly how to just get it out. Like, I have in my head, but I'm not sure how to get it out and say what it is that's bothering me about the fact that the hobby is not looked at like socially acceptable, and that like maybe it's because so many people haven't heard of it. That's why I think that YouTube, Instagram, just the reborn community in general, openly sharing our hobby and getting on here and enjoying it is spreading awareness, and is, and then is letting, because I'm sure that there's tons of reborn moms out there, and not just reborns, just women that enjoy dolls, that wouldn't dare say anything to anyone, and wouldn't, I was that way before the reborns, the Cabbage Patch dolls and things that I had around. I wouldn't dare get caught like changing it or making a bottle or something. I don't do a lot of role play, but just in general, you just feel like, once you've reached a certain age, which is usually out of your childhood, and I've told you all, I was a teenage, I ran around in high school and brought my dolls, and I was a drop dead gorgeous, dating a 25-year-old when I was 15, there was no stunt in my growth or here or here, it just, it wasn't that. It was just that I loved. I've always loved babies. I've always loved dolls. And I was never shy about, sharing, that. But when you reach an age, I guess when when you have children and your children are now teenagers or grown up, you start to, care that you're not, casting off that like something is wrong, or that I don't know how to explain that right. I don't know if any of you all feel that way. I am spending quite a bit of time, with the hobby, but it is my free time. Before this, I did a lot of photography, gardening, outdoor stuff, a lot of things I can't do now with my back. Just to get the great shots that I got in nature. I would do, hike into the woods, up a tree, laying on the ground, because I did a lot of macro photography, the way you get a twist and contort to get yourself in positions to get shots that you want. I can't even do that anymore, what I could do 2 years ago. And I spent a lot of time on Instagram. I was a moderator and administrator of several large photography hubs, that I helped run, and things like that. And I spent my time doing that. And of course, the kids, oh, you're always on your phone, blah, 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 blah. Well, first off, I'm on my phone a lot for business, and then, when I'm not, well, if you don't need me for anything and this is my free time, why do you care if I got my face in a book or on my phone or outside taking a picture or editing pictures or playing with dolls? Does it matter? It doesn't, but you know, I found it, I'm stumbling here. I found it funny that my daughter used it as a weapon, thinking that the counselor would find something wrong with it and say, oh yeah, this is a problem. Your mom's got a problem here, you know, because that's what she was looking to do. Well, at least she didn't go in saying, oh, my mother's on drugs or drunk or whatever. You know, I mean, that would be a flat out lie. Obviously, it's true. I'm playing with dolls. I'm in the reborn hobby. But that's what she's choosing. That's what she's seeing as my weakness. Does that make sense? That's what my daughter is using and seeing as a weakness, a defect. That's, you know, something to bring up in therapy to get the focus off of her and what we needed to talk about. Does that make sense? I think maybe I brought it together with that. Anyway, I'll let you all ponder on that. I thought that it was interesting. There's nothing much to do about it. I just, you know, I said my piece to the the counselor. I think she did understand a little bit more, you know, when I explained it. And you know what? She doesn't have to totally understand it. It's not her life. But you know, she asked me an interesting question because she said, "Oh, well, it's just a hobby." So she said, you know, how did she pose it? She said, so you could give it up if you know, you would be able to give it up. I think she just basically said that. And I said, well, yeah, I guess if I had a reason, if I had to, what, you know, it's, what do you mean give it up? You know, it's, if it's, yeah, you know, but you know, give me a good reason. So I don't know if she was asking because she thought it was more of like an addiction type thing. It was interesting that she asked that. Well, you would be able to give it up. Like, that's a weird, isn't it? So anyway, all your thoughts on that. If anyone's ever taken any psychology courses, or, you know, if any of you are registered, you know, social workers or anything like that deal with, talk to people, because I know that there's a whole other side of the reborns that sorry, that therapists and counselors and stuff actually encourage, they tell you, you know, to get a reborn and to nurture it for therapy purposes, for people with anxiety, people who have lost children, people who can't have children, Alzheimer's patients, you know, anybody. I have a lot of stress. Not that I'm using it in a therapy purpose, but they do serve a therapeutic for me. Again, it's my happy place. I've gotten through some really hard time. You know, it just does. They do bring a level of comfort to me. Again, I'm not saying that that's my core reason for collecting, but it is on the table there. It is something. So, excuse me. That's interesting too, because there are therapists somebody's therapist, I forget which channel, I forget who it was, they actually had suggested to them to get a doll, or I don't know if it was a reborn doll or just a doll for therapeutic purposes. I forget who that was, and that's how they got into the hobby. So anyway, it came to mind, but I'm not going to say, because I don't know if I forget if I saw on the channel or if they shared it personally with me. But anyway, so all right, so I got into a bit of a deeper conversation here, enjoying my sweet little Tink, my little Harley girl. But it's been a great, you know, morning and early afternoon here, enjoying her little sweetness. I want to get some photos before the sun goes down. And Gabe should be finishing up his tuna, so I'm going to go see what he's up to as well. So I, again, hope you all are having a very happy Saturday. Thanks for listening to me yammer and yammer on. I'm sorry I was kind of stumbling on my thoughts because I really wasn't prepared for the conversation, which is par for the course for me. But it was hard for me to get my thoughts out of my mouth. But I hope that I kind of got them out. In you know, making sense of why I was talking about what I was talking about. And I'll hold this sweet little baby girl up one more time. That so you can see her face. Oh, I'm just enjoying. And I'm looking forward to hearing from Graceland's mommy. I know she's anxiously awaiting the mail. And so that's it. All right, everyone. We will see you soon. Thanks for stopping in. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe and share. Don't forget to hit your notification bell because I do lives. I'll be on soon, I'm sure. All right, everyone. God bless.